Welcome back, Renegades. Today we have another Pokemon TCG live video, this time featuring NidoKing EX, Team Rocket's NidoKing to be exact. All matches will be timestamped in the description as well as the deck profile. If you're liking the content, please consider subscribing. Let's get into it. Here is the deck profile for Team Rocket's NidoKing EX. This is a poison style deck. It's the main Pokemon of the deck here, NidoKing himself. 330 HP dark type. For 2 dark and a colorless, has the ability Tainted Horn for 100 damage, and then your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned, and then during each Pokemon checkup, you put 8 damage counters on that Pokemon instead of 1. That's a huge damage output. And then he has Kingly Impact for 240 damage, for 3 dark and a colorless, 240 damage. That's our big attacks. And being that he has Team Rocket, we can use the new energy. Has 3 retreat cost. We are running a total of 3 of these in the deck. We are running 1 copy of Badoo with the Itchy Pollen ability, just to item lock our opponents down a little bit. 1 copy of Kleppa. This is just kind of helps us redraw, and it's a free retreat. Kind of what Badoo is. They're both free attacks with free retreat. Kind of both situational where they help where they can. We are running 1 copy of Monkey Dory, since we are running Dark Energy. We throw him in there, just kind of save our Pokemon. Now, our NidoKing is pretty beefy at 330 HP. We get a lot of use out of Monkey Dory. 1 copy. 1 copy of Fez, with the ability to flip the script. Once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, draw 3 cards. And it has the ability Cruel Arrow for 3 colorless, does 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Most of the time, it's just on the bench just to give us some draw. It is a 210 HP Pokemon, so it can take some hits if needed. Single retreat cost, so if we need to bring it forward to tank a little bit, we can do that with minimum investment. The basic line of NidoKing, we have Team Rocket's Nidoran, the male, 70 HP dark type. For 1 dark energy, has the ability Pierce for 10 damage. And then for a dark and a colorless, Hammer in for 30, single retreat cost. This is the main card we're trying to get as soon as possible so we can get our NidoKing line going. So we are running 3 copies of these. Nidorino, Team Rockets, Nidorino, for 100 HP, dark type. For a dark and a colorless, Hammer in, 30 damage. And then for 2 dark and a colorless, Horn Rend, 60 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on it, this attack does 60 more damage. So we can team this up with Monkey Dory as well to kind of damage the active Pokemon. And then this will come in and do 120 for 3. We are running 2 copies of this because we are trying to get to NidoKing as fast as possible. So we do run the rare candies. So just 2 of these just to help smooth out those evolution lines. And here's the NidoKing EX like we were talking about. We're running 3 copies of this guy. Big tanky, 330 HP body. Pidgey, running 2 copies of Pidgey here. This is just, basically, we don't really use the attack, but if we need to, it has Call for Family. We can get 2 basic Pokemon, put them on our bench. It'll help us get to our NidoKings faster. But we're running 2 copies of these, of the Pidgey. 1 copy of Pidgeotto, just to help out the evolution line. And then we're running 2 copies of Pidgeot EX, for 280 HP, has the ability Quick Search. So once during our turn, we can search our deck for any card and put it in our hand. So that helps a lot getting the pieces we need, whether we need the evolution line, the rare candies, different supporters and items that we run just to help us in any situation. It does have 2 colorless attack, Blustery Wind for 120, and we can discard a Stadium in play. Sometimes that comes in effect, but most of the time it's just on the bench. But it does have free retreat, so we can push it up and tank as well while we're building the NidoKings in the back and then retreating it for no cost. So 2 copies there. Buddy Buddy Puffin, we are running 4 copies of this because, like I said, we want to have our Nidorans down as soon as possible, our Pidgeys, and also, like if we need to Klepper the Badoo, it's available. We're running 4 copies of the Puffin. It just searches for 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less, puts them on my bench. It is an item trainer card, so we can use many of these turn as we want. Counter Catcher, we are running 1 single copy of Counter Catcher. You can use this card only if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. So if we're behind on prize cards, we get to switch out one of our opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot, pretty much bringing out whichever one we want to take out. Single copy. Nest Ball, we are running 1 copy of that as well. We just search our deck for a basic Pokemon, put it on the bench, then shuffle our deck. It just helps us get what we need when we need it. Night Stretcher, 1 copy. Just puts a Pokemon or a basic energy from our discard pile back into our hand. Like I said, just helping us get that NidoKing line restanded, get going again. If we need a dark energy for Monkey Dory, we can do it. 1 copy. Rare Candy, running a full playset here, 4 copies of Rare Candy. This allows us to go from basic to stage 2, so we can either go from Pidgey to Pidgeot EX or Nidoran to NidoKing EX. Running 4 copies of this. Super Rod, we are running a single copy. Shuffle up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard pile back into your deck. Once again, this is just helping us keep those NidoKing lines going. The energy if we need it. Just a good card overall. Single copy. Ultra Ball. We're running 3 copies of Ultra Ball here. So discarding 2 cards, we get to go search for any Pokemon in our deck that we want. So if we're missing an evolution line, we're missing the big guy, we're missing the basic, whatever we need. It just helps fix the consistency of the deck. So 3 copies there. So our A spec for the deck is Unfair Stamp. So we can only use this card if any of our Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. And then each player shuffles their hand into their deck. We get to draw 5, but our opponent only gets to draw 2. So kind of similar to like an Iona, but where we control the amount of cards that we get and the amount the opponent gets. Just 1 copy there. That is the A spec for the deck. For Stadium, we're running 3 copies of Perilous Jungle. It's during Pokemon checkup. You get to put 2 more damage counters on each poisoned non-dark Pokemon. So essentially we can do 100 damage during checkup with poison, which takes out a lot of these big EXs. So 3 copies there. That's the Stadium for the deck. That is the only Stadium we are running because this is the only one we care about. We are running 4 copies of Arbin. This is a supporter. Search your deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool card. Reveal them, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck. Like I said, it's going to help us get what we need. It can get us some of our tools that we have. They can help us get our Rare Candy more consistently. So 4 copies there. Boss's Orders, we're running 2 copies. Switch in one of your opponent's bench to their active. Just allowing us to choose the Pokemon we want to knock out. Whether we've been damaging one, they tried to retreat it, we can bring it back up, KO it. Just 2 copies. Iono, 3 copies here. Each player shuffles their hand and puts it at the bottom of their deck. If either player put any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, each player draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards. This just helps us. Sometimes our hands are dead. Mid to late game, we get a bunch of cards we don't need, and this helps us control the hand size. So if the opponent's building a massive amount of hand, or they just use like Ultra Ball or search events, search style abilities, we can put them back on their deck and kind of make it like they just wasted doing that. So 3 copies there. Jock, we are running a single copy of Jock. Search your deck for up to 2 evolution Pokemon, reveal them, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck. Just helps us keep the evolution going. So just 1 copy. Really like this card, Janie's Secret Art. I may end up moving this up. I just got to figure out something to remove it for. Supporter, choose up to 2 of your dark Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a basic energy card and attach it to that Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. If you attach energy to your active Pokemon in this way, it is now poisoned. So we have a lot of Pokemon with minimum to free retreat costs that we can put up front while we use this card and feed our NidoKing or our Fez. Those are really the only targets for the deck. And without poisoning them, but the 1 damage when we're doing 100 damage in checkup for poison, it's a good payoff. 1 copy here. Team Rocket's Archer, 1 copy. We're running this because our main attack Pokemon is Team Rocket, NidoKing. So you can only use this card only if any of your Team Rocket's Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles their hand to their deck. You get to draw 5, and your opponent draws 3. Similar to our A spec, so just a little bit of consistency here. Just 1 copy. All right, so some tools we're running. We were running Counter Gain, 1 copy here. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, attacks used by this Pokemon this card is attached to cost a colorless less. This helps us because NidoKing does have a 3 energy investment for his first attack and then 4 for his second one. So when we're building the second one in the back because they took out the first one, this just lets us attack a turn earlier essentially. Good card. We're running 1 copy. Rescue Board, single copy here. The retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to is 1 colorless less. If that Pokemon's remaining HP is 30 or less, it has no retreat cost. So this just helps us with some of the Pokemon we have that only have like 1 retreat. We can push them to the front, let them tank, bring them back, not have to worry about losing energy. So 1 copy there. TM Evo, a single copy. This is basically for 1 energy. Choose up to 2 of your bench Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a card that evolves from that Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. Then shuffle your deck. The card does help sometimes, but we really only have 2 evolution lines. So I'm not really sure if I want to keep this in there or not, but it does help just consistent getting to those NidoKing lines as fast as possible. So single copy there. For the energy, we are running a full playset of Team Rocket's energy, 4 copies here. This is such a great card that came out of the new Destined Rival set. So this card can only be attached to a Team Rocket's Pokemon. If this card is attached to anything other than a Team Rocket's Pokemon, discard its energy. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides 2 in any combination of Psychic and Dark energy. So this helps get the NidoKing attacks going extremely fast. Now, some matchups where they can move the energy from our active to our bench does hurt, but it's worth the risk because NidoKing is such a powerful attacker. Being able to use those attacks quickly, very effective. So 4 of these Team Rocket energies. So last card in the deck is our basic energy. We are just running 5 copies of the dark energy, just 5. So this is the deck profile here for the NidoKing EX. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let's get in some gameplay. Alright, here we got NidoKing EX. So the opponent is starting with Flutter Mane and dropping down a Ralts in the back, passing over to us. We do draw into a Pidgey, which gives us another basic. Let's go Buddy Buddy Puffin, grab another Nidoran, and let's grab Badoo. Alright, so we play Arbin. See if we can find something to help a little bit. Let's grab Counter Gain, actually. Yeah, go Nest Ball. That way we can grab a basic. So we're going to play out Nest Ball. Do Monkey Dory. Alright, Counter Gain. Going on the bench, Nidoran. Double Team Rocket Energy going on the front. We're going to hit for 30 with Hammer in. Alright, so we have a Super Rod, a Rare Candy, and another Team Rocket Energy in hand. We're going to play down their Jack. Allows them to grab 2 Evolution. Gardevoir and Corellia. Evolving into Corellia. Ultra Ball. Alright, Typhlosion. Alright, they're going to put the Typhlosion onto the bench, adding a, looks like a Berry Charm, giving it increased HP. And just passing it back to us. Put the Team Rocket Energy on the Nidoran in the back. Smack for 30. We need a Ultra Ball or a way to search up the NidoKing, evolving into their Gardevoir. And they're going to play Iona. This might help a little bit for us. Got a Rare Candy. We got a Pidgeot. We got the Rescue Board. We have our Stadium. And an Arbin. So they're going to put down another Ralts and a Clefairy EX in the back. Looks like they're going to retreat. Bringing up the Ralts. Alright, just passing it. Another Jungle for us. Let's go Arbin. Grab the Rare Candy. The Evo's the other thing we can really take. So we're going to use Rare Candy to get Pidgeot EX out. Then we're going to use Pidgeot EX's ability. I'm going to grab Jack. Rescue Board on Monkey Dory. Playing down our Stadium. Put the Evo on the Nidoran here. And we're going to use the Evolution just to get our Nidorino. Alright, so they're just going to retreat their Ralts again. They're basically putting energy into their trash. Typhlosion coming up. They're going to probably have 2 in there. So Gardevoir can come in. Using its effect, it's going to put 40 damage counters on Typhlosion, which means Typhlosion will hit for like 120. Taking out our Nidoran. Let's put our Nidorino to the front. Alright, there's Iona. Alright, we're going to use Jack. Let's go get the King. We'll grab the Nidorino. Now we're just going to evolve into NidoKing. We're going to use Pidgeot here. Let's grab just a basic energy. Put it on the NidoKing. We have the Counter Catcher. Do we want to use that to bring up the Gardevoir maybe? Yeah, let's do that. Because we should be able to take it out. Yeah, 480 damage to the Gardevoir. Then we get 2 prizes from it. Another basic and a dark. Getting rid of the Gardevoir is going to slow down their way of ramping their energy from the trash to the Typhlosions. Alright, so Lena's Aid. This allows them to grab like a couple cards out of their trash. They grab the Gardevoir line, evolving into a Corellia. Earthen Vessel. Crashing the Ralts. Getting 2 Psychic Energy. Alright, 120 to the King. So we have Buddy Buddy Puffin, but let's put down Nidoran. Let's put an energy on Monkey Dory. That way we can start moving some of this damage around. So we're going to use Adrenabrain. Let's put it on the one in the back that's already damaged. We're going to KO that, getting us another prize card. Arbin. Okay. So we still have the Pidgeot search. We have Iona and Arbin. We're going to Iona. Because we know the opponent did just put 2 Psychic Energy back into their hand, so we still have the Pidgeot search. Well, it looks good. Nidorino, so we can evolve our Nidoran next turn. And we're just gonna smack for, yeah, let's just do the Tainted Horn for 200. Us being able to pull up their Gardevoir EX as early as we did, really, I think, gave us the momentum that we're into this match right now. I mean, they're rebuilding the line in the back. But we do have 2 bosses orders, just depending on what the opponent does. Because if they do any kind of hand disruption, it could be in trouble. The Drifloon is also possible because they have the Corellia. So if they get the Gardevoir, they can start pushing the energy back to Drifloon, or he might be able to take out. Yep, there's the Ultra Ball for the Gardevoir. Evolving back into the Gardevoir EX. Iono, ship out. There goes the hand disruption. So, but we do have Pidgeot, so we can search anything we need out. Alright, Team Rocket's energy and a NidoKing. That's actually pretty good. So they'll be able to add, what, 3 energy to Drifloon for 60. They can do 240. Screamtail into the back. The Berry Charm, Bravery Charm. Increasing the HP. Now they can push a lot of energy to this Drifloon. Alright, so up to 40 damage. 60. 180. Alright, not enough to take it out. Unfair Stamp. Put the Team Rocket energy down. Use Pidgeot's searchability. That is the boss's order. Makes most sense. We can pull up the Gardevoir or the Clefairy and take it out. Pull the Gardevoir back up, and then we're just gonna, we're gonna use the Tainted Horn, 200. So slight misplay here. We should have used the Monkey Dory's effect to push the 10 damage or the 30 damage over to Gardevoir before we attacked. That way we would have KO'd Gardevoir right here, closing this game out. So the opponent plays Arbin. See what they're going to grab from their deck. Vessel and Devo. The Devo would work, but they need an energy. I guess they can't use the energy. We got it. Alright, so we got it. Looks like we're probably playing against Typhlosion here with the Dunsparce and the Victini. Gonna play Puffin here. Yep, there's the Cyndaquil. So yeah, this is a Typhlosion matchup. Another Puffin. Filling the bench right up. And more Victinis, man. That's going to be pretty good. Alright, over to us. Play down Fez. Let's play Nest Ball. Go get our Nidoran. Let's go Arbin. We got the skateboard, the rescue board there. So let's grab a Puffin as well. We're going to put the rescue board on our Monkey Dory. We're going to grab the Puffin, Badoo, and Pidgey. We're going to put Team Rocket's energy on our Nidoran. We're going to retreat our Monkey Dory to bring up Badoo. Kind of item locking him here. Still 10 to him. The Dunsparce. That's going to allow them to put it back in their deck and draw a bunch of cards. They're going to play the research here. Typhlosion, Rare Candy. Nice. And a boss's order. Okay. Quilava. Alright. So they're going to use probably this ability here to go get Ethan's Adventure. They already played a supporter for the turn, so maybe not. Yep, Bonded by Journey. This allows them to go get an Ethan's Adventure support card. The Dunsparce, putting itself back in the deck for the opponent to draw 3 cards. Promoting Quilava to the front. They can KO the Badoo. That's fine. Dropping down another Quilava. That's going to do like 70 damage. 140 total. Yep. Because of the weakness. We're just going to promote Monkey Dory because we have the rescue board to retreat it back. So we can see what we're doing here. Let's activate Fez. Let's put the script ability. Drawing some cards. Let's use the Ultra Ball here. Get rid of Archer and Nidoran. I'm not sure why I did that. I thought I seen a rare candy. It's too late now. That's okay. Let's grab Pidgeotto. We're gonna boss his orders up one of these Quilavas, or one of these Victinis here. We're gonna put another energy on our Nidoran. We're just gonna leave the monkey up front. If they can move the Victini out and bring up the Quilava, they're gonna one-shot anything on the field anyways, besides Fez, and I'd rather have the Nidoran back here. Alright, Quilava using the ability Ethan's Adventure, getting it out of their deck. Alright, they're gonna evolve into Typhlosion, playing Ethan's Adventure. Gets him a combination of 3 of Ethan's Pokemon and basic fire energy. But the Typhlosion deck only runs like 5 energy, so it's pretty good about recurring the line though. 3 Victini, that's pretty aggressive. Alright, Quilava again, using Bounded by Journey to go get Ethan's Adventure. So I think they have 2 more still in hand, because they used 1. Ultra Ball, probably the 2 Ethan's Adventures going away. That's surprising that they didn't trash the Ethan's Adventures. with that Ultra Ball to make the Typhlosion hit harder. Alright, back over to us. They must not have found another energy, which is good. We're going to use the Ultra Ball here to go get Pidgeot. Grab Pidgeot and evolve it. Now we can use Pidgeot's ability of Quick Search. Go find a way to shuffle. We're going to play Iono so that we can get these Ethan's Adventures and cards out of their opponent's hand back into their deck. Also giving us a fresh draw, which is much needed. Counter gain going on the Nidoran. So we're going to put an energy on the Monkey Dory. Trying to think if we want to leave it up on the field. I don't want to play the stadium yet. So if they play one out, we can replace it. Not the other way around. But we did cut their hand size. They had like 11 or 12 cards. Now they're back down to 6. So they can get the Ethan's Adventures back. So we do have the rare candy in hand now. Well, had. They're going to play Iono. Alright, so we got a nice stretcher. We got one energy in there. Can't use it though. We got a couple Pokemon in there. What we got? So I just used Lava's ability to go get another Ethan's Adventure. Just passing it over to us. They're having a hard time. I'm assuming they. Let's see. Does that mean 3 of their prize cards are energy? Because they are struggling to find more energy. Alright, so we're going to use Pidgeot's ability here. Because we did get another rare candy back in hand. Let's go get NidoKing. That's rare candy. NidoKing. We're going to retreat Monkey Dory now. Bring up NidoKing EX. Let's use the Night Stretcher here. Let's grab our Nidoran back. Start building a second one in the field. We'll go Nidoran. And then we'll play an energy on it. Let's see Arvin, see what we can get. Another rare candy is good. And TM Evolution. Don't really need it. Thin the deck out a little bit. Okay, we're just going to poison this Victini. I get a prize card. I don't know. That's going to be good. Alright, so they still only have one Ethan's Adventure in the trash. So Buddy Blast is only going to be doing currently 100 damage. Alright, so it's going to do an extra... It's going to do 160 now. Alright, so I don't know what they were holding out for. They did have energy. They just got 2 of them. Maybe they were just trying to bait us into getting us NidoKing up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they have 4 energy total within what we know of in their hand. Buddy Blast for 180. That's fine. We're going to get this other Nidoran up and running. Team Rocket energy on it. We are going to use Adrenaline Brain to heal our guy a little bit. Let's put some damage on this Victini back there. We're going to use Pidgeot ability to go grab another NidoKing out of the deck. Rare candy and a NidoKing. Nothing really else I want to use in my hand, so we're going to Iono. So that's play down our stadium now. I still don't think the stadium's needed, but we're going to Tainted Horn. It's going to do 100 damage, and then it's going to KO him from poison during checkup. Got a Super Rod, which is good, and another NidoKing is ready to go in the back. So we have Boss's Orders, Super Rod. So it was doing what, 180 last time? So 2, 120. The Victinis are adding an additional 20 damage as well. So yeah, it's going to do like 180. I don't think we have any more Nidorans in the deck. Alright, so it looks like they use Super Rod, and now they're Ultra Balling to go get probably a Typhlosion. No, Dunsparce. Trying to get the Dunsparce so they can get more card draw. Another Ethan's Adventure. Yeah, Typhlosion's getting pretty strong. I think they have 3 of them now. So, yeah, 180, 220, 230, 240. Alright, so they have another Typhlosion in the back ready to go. Buddy Blast for 240. Yep. You get 2 prize cards out of that. We're going to bring up our other NidoKing. We're going to use our Super Rod now. Let's put that Nido. We're going to put our line back in. We're going to draw some cards. Use Pidgeot. Let's go grab that we want. The Unfair Stamp's still there. Yeah, we're going to grab Unfair Stamp. Nothing. I mean, his hand's decent, but. He's going to do Kingly Impact for 240. Another rare candy. So maybe we should have grabbed the Nidoran. Trying to get another NidoKing in the back going. Well, I think they can only do 240. 240 plus another 60 is only 300. So 3, 10, 20. 320 damage. It does keep our NidoKing alive for a minute, but I think they had the max belt in their deck too, or Defiance Band. Defiance Band ain't gonna help them because we're equal life. I'm assuming there's a way they can push that extra points of damage. Yeah, it's just kind of rough where we're taking one prize card compared to their two prize. They're taking two from us every time. Buddy Blast 300. Okay, so we did survive that one, but I'm assuming they're gonna come up and take it out anyway. So all right, so we need to use. Let's use the Drain of Brain first. Let's just poison. Let's just damage this Victini here in the back. Not gonna be able to take him out, but let's use Pidgeot. We should have done this last time, to be honest with you. Grab the Nidoran. We're gonna play down Nidoran. We are going to play down Pidgey. We get Boss's Order up a Victini, but it's not gonna matter really. Now let's take this guy out. Buddy Putty Puppin. Definitely not what we needed. So wait, they have 3 Typhlosions in the trash, 4 Ethans, 2 Ultra Balls. Maybe they don't have the Typhlosion. No, they have it. Of course they have it. Why wouldn't they have it? Alright. We're going to bring up Monkey Dory because of the free retreat with the rescue board. Okay. We're going to put our energy on Nidoran. Do we evolve this Nidoran? Maybe we have no damage on our stuff. I think we're just going to evolve into our NidoKing, just so it has higher HP. We're going to evolve into our Pidgeot EX, just some higher HP, so they can't, like Boss's Order, and snipe a cheap one. Let's go with the Fez, see what we can do. Evolution's not going to matter. If we could get that Victini down, I don't know if it's going to make a difference. Counter gain, yeah, it's already been used. Let's see. Let's just use Unfair Stamp. We're going to draw 5, they're going to draw 3. I don't think any of this is going to help. Let's go with the Pidgeot EX, the quick search, see what we can find. We have not used, wait, have we not done that yet? Let's use this. We're just going to do it to that one. That'll work. Let's retreat. Bring up NidoKing. Yep. This should be their last Typhlosion right now. They still have a Cyndaquil on the bench, but that's their 4 Typhlosions. But they run like 4 Night Stretchers too, so how many Night Stretchers have they used? Just 1? We might survive this, because they're pushing like 300 damage with the Typhlosion hit. Max Rod, that go to hand, right? 5 combination of Pokemon and basic energy from your discard pile to your hand. Yeah, that's solid. But they still have to have the rare candy. Okay, they're just going to evolve here. Changing out the stadium. That's fine. 40, 50, 60 damage, 70 damage. I think we might get this. 80 damage. So even at 80 damage, this is allowing them to minimum look through their deck and see what they have. They've seen that they didn't get it. So NidoKing EX versus Rocklock, the Team Rocket electric fighting deck. We're gonna play down our Pidgey. Play now Nest Ball. Let's grab Monkey Dory. We don't have any energy, so got the Ultra Ball if we want it. We're just gonna pass turn. Team Rocket's Transceiver. That lets them go get a Team Rocket support card. Team Rocket's Petrol. Allows them to put some Team Rocket basic Pokemon in their hand. We got 2 Larvatars and a Zubat. They're gonna play those out, it looks like. Yep. Team Rocket's Great Ball. So they got heads, which means they can go get an evolution Pokemon, I do believe. Yep, they got Team Rocket's Pulpitar. So they're on their way to the Tyranitar pretty quickly. Alright, so they're going to play the Team Rocket's energy down on their Mareep, using its attack there to go get a support card or an item card, I believe. Another Team Rocket's Transceiver. Then over to us. So we have Team Rocket's Archer, but nothing's being KO'd. So we're going to go into our Pidgeotto. Use our Ultra Ball here. Grab Nidorino. We could have went NidoKing there, immediately getting into it, but we didn't really have the energy. No, we have no energy, so we just evolved into the Nidorino and passed over. So they're going to play down Pulpitar, evolving their Larvitar. Putting it looks like a Team Rocket energy on Pulpitar, retreating the Mareep. Bring up Pulpitar. It's pretty good because we are actually weak to fighting. So this attack here will do 60 damage due to weakness, and then it'll go get their Tyranitar and evolve it immediately onto it. And then this Tyranitar has the effect Sandstream. During Pokemon checkup, it deals 20 damage to each of our basic Pokemon. So drawing an Ultra Ball did not help. So we're just going to pass turn. Alright, check up again. They've already dealt 40 damage to our basic Pokemon so far. And we can't seem to find an energy. If we get one dark energy, we do have Monkey Dory, which we can start shifting. Alright, so they're evolving into Golbat, which I do believe does 20 damage. Yep, 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. They're going after Monkey Dory, but they also can't attack. Alright, they're going to drop down TM Evo and play Team Rocket's Ariana to refill their hand. So the Evo will... That'll help a little bit, depending on what they want to... They can go into the Palpitar, Mareep's evolution, or Crobat. So they evolved the sheep, and they got Palpitar. Okay. Alright, we're definitely in some trouble here. They've done 60 damage. Another Nidorino. Not where we want to be right now. Alright, so we're going to use the Ultra Ball here. Nope, we do not have a Pidgeot EX, so I guess we're going to grab the NidoKing. So the Pidgeot EX would have been nice, because then we could have searched for a way to shuffle our hand. But we just put the NidoKing on. That Monkey Dory's already got 100 damage against it, just by sitting on the bench. Fez is up to like 80. We could definitely be in trouble here if we don't get something. So they're going to play their Crobat EX. So that's an ability that can move damage. 20 damage to each 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Alright, so they got rid of Monkey Dory, getting a prize card, and then 20 more on Fez. And another Team Rocket energy on the Crobat. So, I mean, they're not hurting for energy. Another Zubat down for them. Earthen Vessel, trashing a Larvitar, going in, getting energy. They only grabbed 1 basic, so that's a plus, I guess. 1 basic fighting type. For 2, looks like 2 psychic, they can just do 120. Sandstream again. The Tyranitar's got us locked down, and it's not by anything they're doing. We just don't have anything. But we do get the draw this time because they did take out our Monkey Dory. Finally. We get Iono, so let's buddy pop in. Let's get another Nidoran down. Yeah, we're not going to bring down Badoo or Kleppa. They're just going to get 8 up too quick. So Iona giving us some fresh cards, hopefully some energy. Alright, we got 3 Team Rocket energy there. That's a plus. So we'll play down the Team Rocket energy onto our NidoKing. Do we want to Ultra? Well, we already know that we don't have Pidgeot, or Pidgeot EX isn't in the deck. Just going to pass turn because we cannot attack. More damage on the bench. Yeah, we're definitely hurting this match due to the lack of energy. They got a second Tyranitar ready to go. Another Sandstream, just pelting us down here. Alright, so we got Perilous Jungle. Let's play that out. Now that we have some energy, we're going to use the Ultra Ball. Let's get rid of those, and let's go find something. Let's grab another NidoKing. Can't really do anything with it, but getting cards out of hand. Now we can start doing some damage. We can do Kingly Impact for 240 onto the Tyranitar. Alright, so we get 1 prize card. Pidgeot, there's the Pidgeot. Alright, things are going to start changing now. So that Crobat EX can do 120 damage, which isn't enough to take it out. We'll be able to play Pidgeot next turn. Alright, so they did trade out the Stadium, putting down their Team Rocket Factory. Which allows them to draw 2 cards if they play a Team Rocket supporter. Alright, so they attacked, did 120. Now it goes back to their hand. Which is kind of cool for them to be able to recycle those on-play abilities. Bring up the other Tyranitar. Oh, man. Alright, but we'll be able to take this one out, and they really don't have anything else to do. Like, that was what they had. So let's get Monkey Dory back. Let's go Pidgeot EX, and we'll go search. We're going to get the rare candy. Yeah, opponent seen that it was over. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.